Okay, so it's time for us to have our discussion for the day, and today's discussion will be led by Desi. So I'll just hand over to Desi. Since he's been doing atoko in me this morning.
Well, so welcome back. It's time for us to talk about millet and its health benefits. And this one, we are glad to have a consulting dietitian at St. Luke's Clinic, registered dietitian, Chris Borto Afful. Yes, he's been here on the show before, of course, and we're here to talk about millets and its health benefit. The first thing I asked him, Pacho, what is the tree name for millets?
Is it not atoko?
Me, I don't know. And the experts have said atoko is fancy. I didn't see. Let's mention atoko, but the guys in the VTR said it's fancy. So we want tree.
Let's go with atoko.
Atoko now.
We'll go with that for now.
Atoko is correct.
Yes.
But
We'll go with that for now. We'll go with that for now. So where you go when you're going to ask for the tree?
I even call my mom.
Yeah.
She's not picking. That's why.
Anyway, welcome to the show.
Thank
welcome.
you, sir. Thank you.
So we're talking millet and its health benefits. So let's just begin. Millet. What is it really? And let's get into the benefits of it quickly and how it can help our diet also.
Well, millet is simply a cereal grain grown in several parts of the world.
Okay.
With the highest being from India, followed by Nigeria, before Niger, then it comes down to Mali, Burkina Faso. It's quite shocking, Ghana, even though we take millet, we don't fall in that category when it comes to the gross production per year. Yeah, so a little about millet, that's what I can say. And also it's fully packed with several nutrients, which we're going to talk about later in our discussion. Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. So that in those places, that will be a
exactly.
Country with respect to that. Now, because anything that you take, it should be beneficial to you.
Exactly.
So what are the benefits of it, and why should we be paying attention to it?
So starting with the benefits, let's zoom into antioxidants.
Okay.
When we say antioxidants, these are chemical compounds that ensure that we are not aging faster, and our cells are not dying at a faster rate than they are supposed to. Again, antioxidants are found in several foods we take, inclusive of millet. So in millet, we realize that antioxidants, first of all, would help with your immunity.
Okay.
Antioxidants, first of all, help with immunity. Apart from immunity, it also ensures that as we are aging, conditions like dementia, like accelerated aging, like aging of the skin, all these things are taken care of. That's the rule, simple rule of antioxidants.
Of the antioxidants,
yes, antioxidants.
Okay. Well, so if you
that's just one of it.
Yeah, that's just one of it. So if you just tune in, you're still watching the Morning Rush here on Metro Television. We're live on Facebook at Metro TV Ghana and also on DSTV channel 277. And we're talking about the benefits of a millet this morning. So you mentioned the antioxidants.
Yes.
Apart from that, what else are the benefits?
So I realized last month was the breast cancer awareness month.
Yeah.
And in millet, we have what we call lignan. Okay, lignan is a phytonutrient, which also helps slow down the progression, initiation of cancers. So when you take millet on a regular basis, especially for the women, issues of breast cancer wouldn't be a challenge for you in future. And for those who have it and would like to manage would advise for them to continue having millet on a regular basis.
Okay. And can it be given to babies?
Oh yes, it can be given to babies. As part of the complementary feeds, we learn ways to really ration it to feed to babies. It also helps them with their growth. Okay. That's what we call failure to thrive or delayed aging. We have children who are smaller for their age. We have children who are shorter for their age. And when we take millet, it ensures that the growth spurs are all within the 50th percentile, or what we normally call the normal range. So then it's also good for children in terms of their growth.
I was asking because people think millet is hard to digest in the system. How true is that?
Well, there's a misconception. People perceive millet to be a seed. Even though it's small and tough, it's not, when you cook, it's not as hard as you might think it will be. Okay. And moreover, it also has some amount of fiber. It takes quite a while for fiber to be digested in the body. And that also helps with, should I say, you feeling hungry or satisfied. When you take millet, it prolongs you being satisfied as compared to taking something which is minimal in fiber. So the misconception about it not being digested faster is not anything that we should hold in.
Okay. Yeah. So we can take it like 3 times a day. Morning, afternoon, evening.
But Desmond, variety is a spice of life. Imagine having millet breakfast, for lunch, and for supper. You get tired at a point, and yeah. So, I mean, variety is a spice of life. And talking about that, so you realize for millets, we don't have just one type. But then the most common we have is what we normally use in Ghana for what do you call it? Hausa cocoa. So we'll highlight more on the types as we go on.
Yeah.
I want Ghanaians to understand that there are different types of millets, and they all have different phenolic compounds for the body.
Oh, okay. You know, someone actually said it, but I didn't know about that. It's a guest who comes on Good Morning Ghana, and he always says, I want Hausa cocoa. I want cocoa, but not Hausa cocoa and not tomorrow cocoa, another one. And when he says it, I'm like, which one, which type is he really talking about? So since you mentioned it, just take us through the types of millets.
Okay. So you know we have the pearl millet, we have barnyard millet, we have finger millet, we have kodo millet.
Okay.
So on the screen, you see some colors representing the different types we have.
Yeah.
And we can't really zoom in, but the sizes also differ. We have some which are smaller in size, we have some which are also bigger.
Okay.
So starting from the top, we have pearl millet, which is the most common for human consumption. And that's what normally we use for our popular Hausa cocoa.
Okay.
Yes. So you mentioned somebody opting for another type.
Yes.
So the finger millet is also...
You said this one, when you do it, it looks red.
Yeah, that's a finger millet.
Oh,
so the finger millet also appears red after preparation.
That's the cocoa that we see that is red?
Yes, it's made from finger millet.
I'm yet to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as common as the normal Hausa cocoa we have. Yeah, we also have foxtail millet and barnyard. We have little millet, just to mention but a few. There are other varieties that we can't talk about, but these are the most common we have in our world today.
Wow. Yes. I was trying to tell someone that they said there are different types. I hope the person is watching has seen that. Yes.
So as a dietitian, what would be your advice to us when it comes to millet? So we know that it can be used for cocoa in the morning.
The way we can use rice.
Yeah, so there's been several studies. You mentioned rice. Let me just hit on this before we move on. There's been studies that indicate that replacing your normal polished rice or white rice with millet leads to a reduction of 50% when it comes to breast cancer in women.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it also helps with heart health because of the presence of magnesium. So in millet we have magnesium, we have phosphorus, we have iron, we have calcium, and all of these are required on a daily basis.
Okay.
So I'll recommend for us to, concentrate so much. That's if you are not consuming millets at all, to consider at least 2 of the varieties on a regular basis to boost your immunity and general health. Yes.
Wow. Okay, so if people have diabetes, can they consume millets?
Yes. Millet has a property of having a low glycemic index.
Okay.
This is what it means. It means when you consume millet, it takes a longer time for it to be converted to sugar in the body because of the presence of fiber.
Okay.
So then we advise for diabetics to also consider. But then we need to also consider this fact. Pearl millet is used for Hausa cocoa, but in the preparation for Hausa cocoa, it is strained, meaning the fiber is gotten rid of, which is not ideal for a diabetic. But then if it has all the fiber in there, then it helps with sugar control over time. So
whilst preparing it, it should be in its normal stage. We shouldn't add things or what? So
this is what I mean. With the processing, after mailing it, some people sieve it to have it fine. This time around, we don't sieve. Have everything, the fiber in there, and that's going to control your sugars over time.
Wow, and that's healthy? That's
very healthy.
Okay.
That's very healthy.
It's like eating the skin of orange.
No, but for this one, it's digestible.
Or maybe granules.
Granules.
Exactly.
You
No, granules. Some people take that part of it.
Yes.
Okay.
Interesting.
So diabetics can
have it. Exactly.
Millets, yes.
They can have it.
Then that's
because of the low glycemic index and the high fiber.
Okay.
Wow.
And so the Hausa cocoa is very important. Do you have any problem with how it is made, apart from just the sieving and that one it's sieving with the pearl, but how our porridge is made, with the millets? Is there anything that we should?
So there's a downside to the consumption of millet, in the sense that it has phytic acid. And phytic acid sometimes interferes with absorption of nutrients like calcium, like magnesium and other things. Okay. So one thing you do is, normally for those who prepare the Hausa cocoa, they soak it. Okay, they soak it in water for about 2 days for it to sprout.
Yeah.
So sprouting in a way reduces this phytic acid in food, and that makes it quite, should I say, safe to consume.
Okay.
That's okay to consume, exactly.
Okay. So soak it in water so that it can reduce the phytic acid.
If you want to lose weight, can you take it?
It's perfect for weight control. Maybe going forward, we can think about how to really help Ghanaians a lot to lose weight using normal millet.
Because that is our problem.
Yes, exactly. Especially around this time, approaching Christmas. I heard you asking Desmond some time back whether he was going to eat one food or the other. He mentioned angwamo. Okay, so around this time, this is the perfect moment to start focusing on weight loss. Because around Christmas, the festive period, there's a lot of junk around. You're eating everything. There's so much fat, so much sugar. And that also contributes to the rate of overweight and obesity in our world. It's funny to see people hitting the gym in the month of January, getting to mid-February. By March, the gyms are empty. We've stopped. So the weight accumulated will be there throughout the whole year. Another year comes and we are gaining. If you really want to lose, then our advice for the millet is start consuming it around this time to help control your weight. But then it comes in a pattern. Not only by consuming millet. We still talk about a balanced diet. So even though millet has some fat, it has some calories, it has other beneficial nutrients, we still concentrate on a balanced diet. Make sure whatever you're taking is not above your energy expenditure. For my work, I'm a sedentary worker. I consult, I see patients on a regular basis, I go on ward rounds, but it's not really energy involving. So what I have to do is to add some activity level. So I swim, I walk, and I play soccer. So that's a way to also help me control my weight. This Christmas, I don't want to gain, so I've started right now. So with millet, we can also help in controlling of our weight.
So if we are trying to control our weight, let's take breakfast. How do you take millet in the morning whilst checking your weight? Like a little bit of Hausa cocoa, that's cool.
Okay, so
and bread. Bread is not
I was
good.
going to ask that the perfect combination for millet breakfast like that.
It's Hausa cocoa. But then there's bread. Bread is not good for when you are trying to lose weight. Bread is not good.
Okay, so point of correction. We can't say bread is not good for weight control.
But the flour and things.
Yes, but it's all about the quantity.
Okay.
How much of it are you having?
So the thing is, you shouldn't consume a lot. Just more. 2 CD, 1 CD.
That's what I'm saying. It differs from individual to individual. This one, you understand? We all have different energy requirements, different energy expenditure per day. So if you don't know how much you're expending, you didn't really know how much to consume. That's why I advise my clients, everybody I meet, to at least see a dietitian once in a lifetime. Have an idea how you should eat based on your activity level.
That's something that we
for breakfast, and there was also another research that showed that having millets in the mornings, as compared to maybe having plain rice like I mentioned, also helps with weight control.
Okay.
And it's good. Let's try and bring some variety into our kitchen. Okay, let's try and get some other options when it comes to the millets too. So.
Okay, interesting. So if you're to buy cocoa in the morning, what would you buy?
No, they're 2 CDs, so...
No, you buy the... No, okay, so how much would you buy and what would be the other things?
Other things I'll add to it. So we know millet has protein, it has fats, it has carbohydrates, and more of the calories. All the same, how much is in millet that we must know of? We can't really quantify exactly how much we're getting from maybe a cup or so. Ghanaians don't really think of calories.
No.
We just buy and eat. So I know myself, I'm not really as active as I used to. So now whatever I buy, regardless, so I can buy, say, 2 cedis with my granite, a little bit of my milk. Okay, that's a balanced diet.
Okay.
How much of the milk am I having? And before you know which milk to even take, how are the cholesterol levels too? And millet helps with those who have high cholesterol. So then, combining all that, too much of everything is bad. Sometimes,
and even in the cocoa, there's sugar.
There's sugar. So our advice for us to always try and do away with the normal table sugar. Okay, if you want to go for something to make the food a bit tasty or tastier, let's go for honey. Let's go for sweetness. Okay. These are, should I say, in terms of calories, in terms of the nutrients, they are best preferred over the white sugar. Okay. For white sugar, it's just for the taste. So let's try and...
If you're like me, you add your...
sweetness, are sweetness good?
Yes, currently they are good, but there's ongoing research.
Exactly.
These sweetness too have side
effects.
Everything in this world has side effects. So I even saw that when you put kose in bread, it has side effects. Anyway, thank you so much, Dr. Registered Dietitian Chris Borto Afful, for joining us here. He's a consultant dietitian at St. Luke's Clinic.